Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Uh, Bird just went and took a break. So I decided let me start streaming until he comes back, and then we're just doing a 992 Porsche Cup right now in PMR, trying to see who took me out on T1. So how do I change the camera on? Um, oh, no. How do I change the camera? Controls, stop, all tracks, all cameras, check. Okay. Should be Omni. This is Berg. Ah, man, I don't know. Let's see. We got hit. He hit me. Who's this guy? Okay. Tuco. That's a little bit, can't just get in front of people like that. Like, and then keep turning left. What? Come on, man. You can't just do that. Alright, let me change the camera again. I'm bored. Man, I wish I can see like then keep turning left. Then hit that guy. I wanna see what he does. Okay. Do this. So you got taken out, so you got he took out. Oh, he tried to take. Yeah, this guy's getting reported. I. I'm sorry, man. That's. Trying to take him out for no reason. That's. No. Tuco. We're not doing that. Wait, wait, wait. How do I report an incident? Scan to report. Let's try that. We're not. We're not dealing with that. Okay. Player name. Google. I think that's a 00 or click 00817. Your email. Okay. Okay, hold on. Put the settle. Alright, full description. Um, I don't know what turn this is. It's pop up. Okay. Player name. Racing. Diagonal. Guys, welcome to my channel. Unfortunately, I had to report this guy that you guys are watching on the screen. Two go 017. Um, doing some shenanigan incident video. I'm not gonna. Where can I? Okay. Okay, let's go back. Okay, I have to record that and for no reason. What's this other guy's name? I don't know. What's the max size for the video? 156 megabytes. Okay, let's do this. That's okay. What's this guy's name? That's me. David Robertson 13. Alright, let's 13. Intentional wrecked. David C13. Alright, so I gotta record incident start. Let's do 2070. 20. It says 217, but there's not a. I don't know. I'm just gonna put 20.17 MSS minutes seconds. That was okay. That was 20. Let's go 20 seconds. 00. Seconds must be 0059. 20. Okay, let's take a video. I lowered the resolution. Full HD. Save it. Where is this? Seaberg. No. This is send that up. Something freaking unbelievable. Okay, let's see if that works. Submit report. I'm hoping that this report system works. We'll see. I can't tolerate stuff like that. You can't just go and intentional wreck someone for no reason, man. Um, then in T1, I understand your frustration. You took a bad line, but you shouldn't be pushing to the left and hitting other people. It's not how that works. This is rank. And GT Pro Cup. What is this? Some panorama. I forgot what the NGT is. What car it is. Oh, okay. Road to TVR. Panorama. Let's do. Let's do this. Vertigo. I used to ride this in Gran Turismo. The yellow one. Yeah. Still remember this car. Let's see what's in customs. 3. So, let's do this one. Why not? Bro, I look so bright in here. Let me see something. If I change the camera position. Paper. Start. Well, that was practice. Okay. How about you put 10 minutes of practice? I don't. Dang it.
Limits are on. Look for the box. mate. Checking flag this lap. That's the second row, mate. P3. Good job. Good job.
Queen. Wow, flats.
Okay, mate. You can do this. Let's stay out of trouble in the first few corners. No heroics out there.
Wow. there goes another one.
Impressive stuff, mate. That's the fastest lap of anyone.
Yo,
Whoa! What up?
you guys in there early?
The what?
I said, you guys in there early.
Yeah.
With Bert. Bert.
He's having lunch. He'll be back. Just doing a couple of races.
Yeah, I'll probably race a little later. Watch the
Yeah,
So 50.
how you guys doing?
Pretty good.
What's on the agenda today, 50?
I see what this guy's doing.
I've been in the process of moving.
What a cheater, man.
Yeah, that's not something that hopefully the people have to go through, but it is what it is.
So, what the P2 he's gonna pass because obviously the Porsche is OP, right? So what he's doing is giving the draft to the guy behind, right? So he can look, he stops to give the draft to the guy behind because it's his friend, so he can pass me.
Sounds like F1.
It's just ridiculous. Like, why is he doing that? It's his custom lobby anyway, so. His friend can be.
I'm just watching this GT race. Not going to race.
Yeah.
Let me clear this down real quick.
Oh, now he's pushing his friend. They can't catch me.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Huh?
I'm watching the GT race right now. I'm not racing right now.
so behind in racing. They just had the 6 hours of spa, didn't they? Will's over there racing at Road America for real.
Who was that?
Will, one fast
okay.
kid.
Oh.
Yeah, he did Gingerman in Michigan. I think I told you that he's never raced before. He's only done like karting, and they did a 7-hour race on Saturday, and then it was an 8-hour race on Saturday and a 7-hour with zero on Sunday. And his buddies, him and 36, and he ended up getting the fast lap out of the two. And there was only 2 of them doing the race compared to the other guys that had like 4 or 5 different drivers. That's insane. It was.
And it's not as unusual as or unbelievable as a lot of people think, man. Talent.
No, I'm
Is
talking
anywhere.
about real racing, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Talent is anywhere.
No, but I'm talking about, think about the endurance, you know, well, he's young, he's like 26, but it's kind of hard to think about it. Well, for my age, I'm thinking back, yeah, probably I could do it, but, you know, that's still, for somebody who's not in shape and you know, just got thrown in the deep end, he did pretty darn good.
Yeah. Like I said, nah, I've seen it plenty of times in my day. Talent is everywhere, man. I'm not one of those people who feel like that you need to come from a prestigious background or a prestigious family or have access to. Man, talent is everywhere. You'd be surprised.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem with motorsport is that, you know, you need money. And a lot of people with talent, you know, if you want to use a comparison with baseball, and you got somebody coming from a poor town, and, you know, versus racing where you need cash in order to do it.
The one universal truth, I know everyone I hope everyone should know by now, is that all the greatest athletes and things like that we consider in the world, they're the greatest in the right circumstances. They're not the absolute best in these fields. Take everyone universally accepts Michael Jordan as being the greatest basketball player in the world. But if you'd have been around long enough, you'd have seen players who will make Michael Jordan look like he was in college. There's some guys, you know what I mean, who just never played professionally. They just out there, just you know what I mean. The same way with Max Verstappen, everyone thinks he's the hot. There's some people out here who just don't have the access, don't have the aspiration to be that. There's talent everywhere. So that's why when I started seeing all these people who just come from nowhere, had no racing experience, just hop in and man, I'm telling you, man, talent is anywhere and everywhere. It takes the right combination of the right finances and the right opportunity, and you gotta have the right characteristics to want to even do it. A lot of people just don't want to do it.
Yep.
They might be the absolute best in the world, but they just have no aspiration to want to be. No, I don't want that kind of lifestyle. I want to be a regular person. Shoot, the Gran Turismo, the entire Gran Turismo pipeline was built on that. When they grab people every year, the majority of people, most of the people don't even have a driver's license before they enter that. So yeah, I'm you know, initially, yeah, I was impressed because I was like, wow. But then again, like I said, in the right circumstance, I could have been one of those guys. So I'm like, man, talent is everywhere. So, and then the guy you talking about, just imagine once he builds up his body enough to be able to.
Oh yeah, he's never driven he only driven stick shift a handful of times prior to getting in the car.
Because the only thing most sims can't replicate is G-forces. That's the only thing they can't replicate. Almost everything else, you know what I mean. You can fine tune, and you got VR and track IR and all these other things, but G-forces is the only thing you can't. And that takes a toll on you, man. I mean, you in certain turns, certain cars, you're pulling a couple G's, so it's like. that wears
Oh,
on you after a
just
while.
think, for my, take on it, it's just, you've probably driven at least 8 hours in a car, you know what that kind of brings you, I go, versus racing.
Yeah, I like I said, I've done a ride along in a GT3 car, went to certain turns just so I can, you know what I mean? It was a request just so I can see what the G feel like. Like I said, the hardest is that you sit in. The seats are not, they're specially designed for a reason because
Not for
in a
those.
in a normal car, it'll throw you out of the car.
Yeah, that's why I was cracked up when I watched like these cars get in passenger vehicles that only have just a lap, a shoulder harness, typical seatbelt, and you see it sliding all over the place. But a lot of the real racers, you see them, they don't like being out of control, meaning the other co-driver, whoever's doing the driving, they don't like that. You can see them, they look a little nervous, but oh shit.
Yeah. It's also why when you see most of these endurance races when you got it's not a sprint, you got driver swaps. You notice that a lot of drivers have their own personal seat insert, you know, because everybody's body different. You want it to fit you just right, so you'll see a lot of people pull their inserts out.
What GT race you're watching? No, there was Sebring and
Yes, it's Sebring. Like 2.5 hours ago. I'd be so glad, man, when Evo finally updates their in-game customization. I was surprised to see that. I just wasn't paying attention to it. It's very rudimentary right now. The fact that it's there, I'm pretty happy about that. I like to spend time making deliveries and things like that. I just wonder what kind of restrictions they're going to have on what you can actually.
Makes no sense.
The dude in the chat said ACC is dead. That got taken out real quick. I glanced at it for a moment. The chat dude said ACC is dead, and then before I blinked again, that comment got removed.
Probably by him or someone else.
No, you know the chat in YouTube, the moderators or whatever. They deleted that comment real quick. As they should, because this is a live race. Why are you talking about some digital shit? You know what I mean?
exactly.
Especially just out of the blue like that. Like read the chat, everyone's talking about the racing thing that's going on, and always linked to my ACC is dead. Like,
Racing in Coda right now too. Mustang Cup. I got a couple links from earlier. They had the Legends of Le Mans historic race. That's good.
oh no, that was already over. Hold on. I had to sit.
No, this is live.
No, I'm saying the Coda, the GT, it's over with now.
Oh no, I was telling you it was the Mustang challenge.
Oh, the Mustang, okay, not the. Yeah. No, the Mustang. Yeah, I guess.
I didn't check to see what layout. They're probably doing the shorter layout.
No, they're doing the full version. At least I think so. Straight here. Definitely.
Lost complete tracking. What the hell?
Tightened up right hander.
Got that full white right hand. I think they're going to F1's going to be racing in back at Istanbul.
I love Coda, man. I wish they would. Well, I ain't worried about it. When I start running my server in Evo, I make sure it's in the rotations. It doesn't get picked enough in Evo right now.
Oh, I forgot that it was even in there. I haven't been on it too much. Still wait for the track IR.
Evo is the one for me, man. Oh, you gonna make it? That was an ill-advised sin, honestly, because he wasn't nowhere near along the inside to be trying to make that move. Now he gave up a position by doing so. It's not wet all the way around though. Certain sections are dry, but like that makes it even more challenging, honestly. But then again, that depends on. I don't think it might still be on the
Okay,
ground.
mate. Final lap now. You know what to do.
They gotta be on the slicks. I don't think it's on the wet.
Oh, they're not racing today.
What's the F1?
What's today? 9? No, I was looking at the Champ Car endurance series that
when like I said, I'm gonna send the information out to everyone when Evo reaches. I think I'm gonna wait till he get 1.0, and then I'm gonna start paying for a server and just let it run 20 and just let it run all day. Well, I mean, they it runs all day anyway, but
Mhm.
Oh, so that was a stupid lobby.
you in public, man. What you expect?
I mean, like what
Oh,
they
you're in
did
public server?
the first
Yeah.
two, obviously the Porsche is the OP. So the car has a lot of speed, no matter what. That you can't beat it. But what he was doing is pushing the one of his buddy, pushing him and giving him the draft so he can leave everyone else behind. So he will wait for him, and then like it's just it gets old. Like and I get it. You want to use a Porsche. You want to look like, oh, I'm fast. You're technically not.
Well, that's
So
why the people that really want to challenge themselves, they get in the slower car and see what they
that's
can do.
there you go. That's one of the things that I always do. Get on the
But
slowest.
yeah, but that's LMU for you though, and ACC and any other game that has like a overpowered car.
There.
Everybody's gonna take that, and then you're like, okay, well, if I want to be competitive, I know I gotta take that. But
Oh,
Yep. That is true, and I agree with that because every game has their own like.
but that's the whole. But what's your goal is the question. Are you just trying to race and enjoy racing, or do you want to win, or
Mm-hmm.
for points and ranking? It's kind of like you got to approach, especially in a public room, then expect all the apery that's going to happen, getting people trying to like dive bomb and all that other stuff.
Yep. So I mean, fun little race. I gave him a challenge with the Audi. So
oh yeah, no, yeah, man. If you told me what you was in, I would have told you to just leave all that alone anyway. And you're not finna beat no one in that car.
no, it's not. I still got managed to get a fourth place.
Yeah, you're not finna. Yeah, had I known you was in that, I would have been like, I'm thinking you're like in something more competitive. No, no,
No, no, no.
no
Well,
one,
that's why
no,
they
no,
should
no
add
wonder you
some.
couldn't keep up.
That's why they should add occasional single make series.
Cause see, I,
Cause
I don't know how long you've been playing Mofongo. I've been here since day one, and the Audi used to be the metal, and they nerfed it into the ground. It's the worst car in the class now. So
yep. Yeah, no, I got PMR a few days ago.
no, day
So
one, the Audi. It took a while for people to realize it was, but I knew right away. But
oh
which is
shit.
sad because I'm a fan of the car, but I wasn't gonna use it because I was like, oh, it just got such an advantage. So, but
Mhm.
once word of mouth spread, like I said, I still got screenshots. I think where in rank we were uh 15 out of 20 cars were in the Audis. Like, oh yeah, well everybody knows
Yeah.
about it now. So
That's the thing with early access too. Is like 397 isn't done, so they may do some BOP, and all of a sudden now you got another car that's the goat.
Yeah. The
that's why no offense, that's why I still prefer just racing games on PC, man, because it don't cost them anything and they can get out updates relatively quickly. Unlike on console, it's a whole process to do so, and you know what I mean. They already have these updates scheduled. He diving them again. That's his
correct.
third time trying to get him. You can't like even here. You see, experienced racer to some extent. He's still going about that overtake incorrectly. Like you got to be alongside the inside. You know what I mean? You got to be not directly side by side, but you at least have to have the front of your car within the rear of his car, so he knows that you're there. So he's tried that 3 times now. I tried to get him at that at turn one.
You still watching the GT
Yeah,
or the
yeah, yeah.
Mustang?
The Mustang. That's what I was talking about. The Mustang. I'm still watching that. The dude, he's
All
But
right.
but I
Which
digress.
guy?
Stream
Which guy's
Uh,
trying to make the pass?
who was that?
Wait.
What car is that? One, two,
Oh,
three, four.
by the way,
Is that
I'm 1.6 now on safety rating in Rensport.
nice? So you should be able to do most of the racing now. I think that's Craig. Is that not Craig? No, that's not Craig. Who is that? I think it's Corey. Is it Corey Howard doing that? One, two, three, four.
Ooh, over under.
Oh,
Enough because of the right-hander.
yeah. Look, there you go
Oh, he's
again.
throwing it in.
There he is. That. See, who is that? Right there in the white and green. I can't. The leaderboard
Miller
didn't ship. Look,
Richmond.
look, look, look. He's doing it again. Look at him. Who is that?
Yeah, he's gonna get squeezed in the
Is
next
that
one.
Carlton? I think that's Carlton doing that.
Yeah.
Cause the name just changed. Yeah, that's McFarland doing it. It's like, come
Or
on,
is
man.
it
One, two,
Buell?
three, four. No, it's him. Carlton. One, two, three, four. He's in fourth place. That's Carlton doing that. Uh, but shit. But yeah. No, what I was saying about yeah. No,
No, I
you see,
think that
you
guy's
see
P3 right there. Isn't that him? He's on the
KL.
inside. That's
I think
Buell. Kale Buell.
it's KL. Okay, yeah. So it's KL doing
Yeah.
that then. Sorry, not Carlton. But yeah, no, as I was saying, like on PC, you can those the BOP is much better balanced on PC because they can get out
Mm.
updates weekly if they want, so or daily if they want. So
Yeah, that's true.
that's why it took so long for PMR to nerf the cars and even the Porsche. The Porsche has been OP for at least like 2 months now, and it still hasn't been adjusted. So it
I mean, I'm pretty sure they will soon.
they will, but like I said, it's not a game breaking alteration for them. So it's like we'll get to it when we get to it. But like for us, it's important. Like I don't. It's one of those things, man. The developers are kind of short sighted and not understanding how important BOP is. If you
Yep.
got one particular car that's significantly overpowered in a group and you got multiple choices, what's the point of the other cars being there?
True. All
So
right.
BOP needs to be high on their list instead of on the bottom of their list. We'll get around to fixing it because it's not game breaking or it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's very serious because these classes most people will avoid simply because if I want to compete, I got to pick the Porsche or I got to pick this car. Or I got to pick. You know what I mean? See right
Well,
here. See what I'm talking about?
that
See what I'm talking about? He did it again. He took the guy out.
I
I've been
wasn't
watching
watching.
him for the last 5, 6 laps, and he been doing the same shit. I know he
Well,
pissed.
uh,
See, even in the real world, you got guys who would just, you know what I mean, for whatever he's desperate to try to get a podium or whatever his motivation is. That was completely, and I guarantee you, they're gonna slap him with a penalty for that.
Let's see what's in a set, of course. Same old bullshit.
so he's not taking a penalty.
Man, they better hit him with a penalty, man. There ain't no way that
Well,
wasn't a penalty.
well, I didn't see it, but I assume you're correct. Just watching
They're
what
not
he
gonna.
was doing. There's a
They're not gonna.
difference when there's a difference when you're even in, digital when you're racing somebody and you go, okay, I can do a couple, aggressive moves and know that I have the control and the driver has the control. But if you do it and you're still, in real life and you're not too sure, well, that's when you end up causing accidents. That ain't cool.
No, that was completely uncalled for, man. For that guy, there was absolutely no
Yeah.
way going into that turn, and the guy was already committed to the turn that they were gonna safely make it through that section. It's just you
Yeah.
gotta you
Well,
gotta you gotta pull back and find another opportunity to make a pass. It's just guys are just
well, the
too
difference
aggressive.
is that you're more knowledgeable and you know the difference between when you should and when you shouldn't. That's why I
Yeah,
like watching people. I'll get behind them and I can tell immediately what kind of driver they are by their.
yeah, yeah. A decent amount of observation doesn't take a lot of time to. But like I said, I've been watching him since you showed me that, and I was like, oh, that guy,
Uh-oh.
I think he overshot the
That a
corner.
that a back marker?
No, that was lead. I think
Oh.
he overshot the turn. We'll see in a moment if they update the leaderboard. Yep, yeah, he overshot the turn. And Kale is
Hmm.
Show.
that's even more tragic now because he's gonna fucking win now because of that shit.
Yeah, I don't know how the penalties work here for seconds or
I don't know either. So it's
back in the
always
day they'd
it's
make you do a drive-through, didn't they?
yeah. But the regulations are always different for every. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not always the same. And yeah, it's only a little over 3 minutes left, so coming up to the. But even still, with that limited time on the races about to end, that was still enough time to make a proper move in the next turn. A lot of guys, I see it all the time. A lot of instances are caused by people who just impatient. Just wait for the next turn. Even if you're quicker than the guy in front, don't force
Yeah.
the issue. Just wait for a better opportunity. If you're that quicker and you're that confident that you're faster than the guy in front, just wait for a better opportunity. It'll come. I'm gonna be interested to hear what they say about that because I know whoever that was it. Who did he spin out?
They may have to go through the body contact report form.
Let's do some WEC.
Where's Senor Berg at?
I think what you say, my phone go? He was
He went to
eating,
eat,
having
eat lunch or
yeah,
dinner.
okay.
I mean,
No, it's
he's,
barely almost 3 o'clock here.
yeah. He said he'll be back. Not sure how long he's gonna take.
Yeah, he's in Cali, so he's 2 hours. So he's like
He's a
this.
no-cal.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was streaming earlier. Alright. Um,
Yeah, they may not hit you with a penalty, KL, but that was uncalled for, man. Taking that guy out like that. And I
qualifying
know how
hard.
frustrating it is in the digital world, so I can only imagine in the real world, we're coming up to the
Oh
last couple of
yeah,
laps, and a guy spins you out. I know he pissed.
yeah. Especially if it costs you money to repair.
Well, I mean, fortunately, it was just a nice, cute little spin, so there was no
Yeah.
damage. But still, you know what I mean? Yeah. See,
Well, that's why I
oh,
like
no,
full
cars
damage
eight. Wait.
and
Incident
and
involving cars 8 9 action, no action. Was that them?
really.
No, that wasn't them. They said between car 8 and 9.
Yeah, he was number 8.
Oh yeah. He's number 8, and it was Chris Clark. Yeah. So they said no
Everybody,
action.
welcome back
Come
to
on.
Spa-Francorchamps, the venue for round 2 of the 2026 FIA World Endurance Championship, one of the world's most legendary sporting venues and the possessor of some of the most famous corners in motorsport. I'm Martin Haven, down in the pit lane, Bruce Ioani and Shay Adam in the commentary booth, Graham Goodwin and
I guess
Oh,
it
well,
depends on the
three-time World
rules of where
Endurance Championship race
where the
winner here at
fender or half of the
Spa-Francorchamps.
car is when
Matthew
contact's
Davidson,
made.
welcome back.
that's
Thank you
part
very
of
much.
racing.
Great
You
to
know what I
be
mean?
back
And
here at
all
Spa.
all the
And as
rules
we
and
gear up for
even the
qualifying,
stewards and their
first of all,
decisions,
we'll
they're
have the
different. They're not all.
LMGT3
No.
categories out there with the bronze drivers taking
Some of
to
them
the
are far
wheel.
lenient, as in this case
Eddie
right here, and
McIntosh
some of them are
talking a
far
very
stricter.
violent game.
Yeah, I'm going to do this and then that. And then...
Is he going to drive
That's
this
why I
circuit
kind of
like
like
that? It's
full
the
damage
Gavin
and sim
School of
racing, where
Racing.
it's kind of
Yeah.
like, well, if you can't race
So you
clean,
join
then
us
I guess
for
you'll figure it out, and
qualifying,
you make a
which is
tap, and all of a
split
sudden
into our
your
2
suspension's
classes, 2,
gone.
not 3, not 4,
Yeah.
not 5.
Then again, you're
as we have on occasion
potentially
here,
going to damage
but 2 classes,
the other car.
LMGT3 and Hypercar.
I just wish they
The
did full
LMGT3
damage,
car
man.
goes
That's the
at
that's the that's
first.
the last
The
little
first
bit of
session,
immersion that I wish
15 minutes
some
long
racing had
because of
was
the
like
extra
full.
length of the
You
lap
know,
here.
if you
Well,
happen to
12
miss
minutes
a corner
will be for
and you
all
run
of our 18
into a
cars.
barrier, that's
Then
the end
in
of your race. Your
second
car is
session of
total.
qualifying,
My
Hyperpole, then the fastest
version of
10
full
cars
damage
will go
is
through, and
including
that will set the
mechanical.
top 10 times on the grid. Then we'll move over to Hypercar.
You know, you
and
over rev the
repeat
car,
performance.
Yeah,
In this first
money
session, you just
shift.
saw Ian James, you've
yeah,
seen Tony
yeah. Project Cars
McIntosh,
too had
and
that.
some of our other bronze graded drivers,
If you
because
was if you
they're
tune
going
your
to
car,
go out
MS2 has
actually
it.
in this
yeah,
first session.
if you tune your car incorrectly and you overheat, you know, if you close the ducts and things like that,
Yep.
you could yeah. I like things like that, but
They're introducing graining. Well, they're working on it right now for the open wheel cars, because they have multiple compounds with Michelin and Bridgestone.
yeah.
Because Renato, the head of Riza, he's a pretty big open wheel fan. We got a lot of too early mid 2000 tracks that are going to be coming to the game, different layouts.
And then look at the gap he's opened up on everyone. If he's that much quicker, see that makes his transgression even more egregious to me, because if you're that much quicker to pull away from everyone else, you could have found a better opportunity to get by the guy without spinning him out like that.
Yep.
Makes sense.
You know what I mean? If you're that much quicker, then just find a better opportunity. You don't need to.
Exactly.
Force yourself into
Yeah. Because if he look at the gap he got, that's at least like that's like a second and a half, almost 2 seconds. So it's like, yeah, no, it is. It's a 2 second, almost 3 second gap. Yeah, no, he could have easily got around that guy and still managed to win.
Where are you, Burke?